some noises going on back over there. It was just some wood falling down in the stove, as it likes to do. Let's get that out of shot. Just join that a little bit. Right. How are we all doing? It's a late one, very, 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 very late one. But that's how it goes sometimes. So yeah, I'm just here chilling now. So, hey, Sparker's in. Hi, Sparker. Hoo-hoo. Oh, sorry to worry you, man. You know me. Sometimes they go late. I just it's been a busy day. It's all I can say, and it's been a great day. So, yeah, nothing is wrong. Everything is good. I've just I've just been doing me and my van life and all that entails. I to regale you with the stories, I guess. So I did indeed help Lucas with his. I think I'd said about this last night. I'm not sure if I did. Yeah, basically, Lucas turned up yesterday, as he does on Friday. Gave me some wood. You can't quite see the wood he gave me. There you go. There's this. That's the stack of wood that's left from what he gave me. He didn't give me a huge amount this time. The works had kind of cleared a lot of it off to the outside, and it was all soaking wet apparently. So he decided against picking up too much for me. But you can see that I've been out today and collected a little bit more. I've got these rather nice logs. They almost look like part of a telegraph pole. I will be honest, they look quite like that, but they're not. I promise you, that's actually part of a tree that was just growing. And if you look at some of the other pieces, you can see how they're not exactly like this. This one just here that isn't quite so green. It's part of the same tree. It's just a wider part. But these are quite dense. Quite happy with these little pieces. But we've gone for some small ones. That's what we found. We've got a couple of bigger ones behind, but they're not so dense, so they're gonna burn pretty quick. Hi Susie. Good evening to you. Lovely to have you here. I was just telling Sparky I've been out collecting some firewood, and after I did that, I went for my sprint runs, which I've been meaning to do for a long while, where you basically just sprint for like 20 seconds, like max, just absolutely give it everything you got, leave nothing out, like just leave it all out there basically. Yeah, and then you have a rest, get your heart rate back down, and then you do it again. And the objective is to do it 3 times in a row, 20 seconds a piece. And it really helps push your cardiovascular system and sort of like clear out the cobwebs and push you through. I only did two of the 3 today because it was the first one I've done in a long time. Could be a year, I don't know. It's just a long time. I have not been cutting down telegraph poles, you cheeky man. But yeah, so I've got some firewood, done some exercise, and yeah, and as some of you might, I'm sure I mentioned it yesterday. I'm not sure I did, but I think no, I didn't mention it yesterday. I'm talking nonsense because Lucas came after, so of course I haven't mentioned this. I am being airbrained. So yeah, so Lucas turned up as per usual with the wood. And then it readily informed me he'd got himself his foot pump that he's been wanting to install, and that he would like my help today with it. And I said, yeah, sure, no problem. We talked about how it could be done, which turned out to be a lot of like unnecessary chat, because he had the idea that he would need to cut a hole for the sort of the lever, I guess, the bar that you push down with your foot, because he wanted to mount it on the floor behind the support wall of the kitchen side that we'd put in, and have a little hole going through for the lever. And he thought that he'd need to cut a hole all the way to the floor, but it turned out in the end, when he checked it all out this morning before I'd even woken up, that he could actually leave a little bit at the bottom. So he was able to cut the hole on his own. He didn't need my help for that. but then he did need a little bit of help with the plumbing parts, and needed a few tools and a little bit of my expertise. So yeah, managed to help him with that, and now he's really happy. He's gone off and he went off to do all of his laundry. I've done some laundry too, but I get to do mine here. He has to go off to a laundrette. So yeah, it's been, yeah, just been sort of like a lovely evening chatting away to a friend, and yeah, time just got basically a bit sort of like forgotten about, to be fair. It happens. So yeah, I'm here now. Hi damsel, good to see you. Oh, it's raining there, Susie, is it? Okay. Yeah, it's we had a little shower earlier, but mostly it's been dry today, which has been quite nice. But the yeah, the temperature is a bit down again, which is why we've got the stove on. Hi to everyone who's new in and hasn't said hello yet, but just give me a shout out in the chat. Let me say hi and let me know where you're from if you feel like it. Yeah, it's been a fantastic day, to be fair. Overall, I've just been fairly productive. You can see some bits behind me here on the side. That is a work in progress. I have worked out how I'm going to build my sort of fold away rack. I'll give you a little look. You can probably see, yeah, so there is something missing here that is normally here, and you can see where I've been sort of patching up the wall a little bit as well. That's going to need repainting. I kind of did a little bit of patchwork on the wall to make it look better, and I'm going to repaint it so that it's all in keeping, and I'm going to put up a sort of a fold down sort of wooden shelf where it's going to be designed exactly right for my new drying rack, which comes with a tray, and it's just going to upgrade the whole system. And I'll probably show you all that tomorrow after I've done it. So that'll be something for tomorrow's stream. You'll get to see my little bit of handiwork. And yeah, I've got a few other bits and pieces I want to do. I didn't really get around to a lot of that today because it was one of them days. It was more of like chatting away to people and kind of like doing the odd bits and pieces with these other things. And I got up really late as well, to be fair. In England right now, it is just gone 11:30. I managed to do the stream just in time. We'll be able to get it out of the way before midnight. Although I don't think I've done my Duolingo yet, so I will have to get that done before. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one. 8:30 there. Yeah, that sounds about right. I know you're about 3 hours behind. Right, dad joke of the day. So let's get this done. Dad joke of the day. See how cringy this one is. Right. I had a dream that I was a muffler last night. I woke up exhausted. Yeah, that is not good. I had a dream that I was a muffler last night. I woke up exhausted. That is, yeah, that's up there. I'm going to give that 8 for cringe. I'm giving that 8 for cringe. That is nice. So, how has everyone's day been? I've been talking about mine. How are all your days been? So we've got Damsel, Susie, and Sparker in the chat right now. And if anyone else wants to chime up and let me know how their day has been. What's been your favourite part of it? What's been the worst part of it? I don't know. Tell me something. And while I wait for you guys to respond and tell me a little bit about your day, we're going to do a little bit of the more or less game, because that's what I fancy doing today. And as it's my stream, we do what I fancy. Right, so I will get the card, wherever that is. Where is the card that we used to cover up the back? What the... there it is. Right. Okay. So we will get them. There we go. Dan's saying a quiet day. It's been relaxing. Nice. Thank you, Susie. Glad you like the videos. Right. So the first one then. So if anyone doesn't know how this game works, we basically just ask a question and the answer is either more or less. So considering first language speakers only, are there more or less speakers of English than Spanish? Ooh. So it's only for the first language. Are we saying more English speakers than Spanish speakers? More or less? Well, I mean, off the top of my head, for English, you've got like places like UK, America, Australia, probably maybe a few places that technically are first language in like Africa, but that's because it's like taught in schools. It's like the official languages, that sort of thing. Because they used to be, I don't know, whatever it was, like colonies or whatever of us, or bits that we've taken over. Yeah, New Zealand, that's right. Thank you, Susie. I have just got out of the shower a little while ago, so yeah, maybe that's why I'm looking a little bit better today. I've had a trim, and I've yeah, just sorted out my hair, made it look a bit nicer. So yeah, thank you very much, appreciate it. But then Spanish, so obviously Spain, but then you've got places in South America. There's plenty of countries down there, I think, that speak it, like Colombia and I think a few of the neighbouring ones. Now Brazil, I think it's not. I think that's Portuguese is their first one. Susie can confirm that. But then you've got Mexico. That's Spanish, isn't it? Now I know that there's some African countries that do like speak Portuguese, because Betty and Sydney, like that I knew a long time ago, they'd come from somewhere originally there, moved to Portugal and they spoke Portuguese, and that made sense because I think their sister had moved there. And then they came here, but all they spoke was Portuguese, which wasn't a problem. I remember getting out the old phone with Google Translate and blew her mind with it. She was like, "Oh, I can actually talk to somebody." I was like, "How has she been in this country that long and she's not worked out there's a Google Translate?" Mental. Oh, Gracie's in. Hi, Gracie. Yeah. I'm going to go with more. I'm going to go more English speakers than Spanish. I just feel like if you think about it, like the countries that I can think of that are speaking English for their first language, there's a fair few, and they've got big populations. So I'm going to go with more. Does anyone else want to like chime in what they think, whether it's more or less? Evening, Noah. No. I've been later than this before. Be honest, I've barely scraped through before, but yeah, this one's a late one. So we're doing more or less, Noah, where we ask questions, and the answer is either more or less. It's as easy as that. First question is: considering first language speakers only, are there more or less speakers of English than speakers of Spanish? So that's a long-winded way of just saying is what's the most spoken language as a first language, English or Spanish? I'm going with more. I think it's more English than Spanish, but it's a tough one. Yeah, I'm brand new clean, I guess. Yeah. Hi Wayne, good to see you. Yeah, I'm good. It's been a great day. Hope you've had a good one too. Yeah, Wayne immediately going with more. Sparker saying more. Noah going for less. Oh, Noah going against the crowd here. Okay, right. Let's slide up the answer and see what it says. Here we go. Less. Looks like Noah's the smartest one in the room. There are an estimated 372 million native English speakers and 437 million native speakers of Spanish. Pretty close if you think about it. But yeah, okay, that's fair play. I was struggling with like the first language bit does make that tricky. I was like, is it not? I figured it would be close. I didn't think it was going to be like, hundreds of millions different or anything like that. If you should be asleep, Gracie, then go to sleep. You're always banging on about that. It's like we're not impressed if you're staying up when you should be asleep. Get yourself to sleep and get yourself rested. Get your eye better. So, second question. Here we go. Does the US Army have more or less people than the Chinese Army? Oh. Now, to be fair, I'm not sure when this was publicated, but 2024. So, I mean, anywhere from a little over a year ago. Well, let's call it a year and a half ago. Just like split it down the middle. Ooh. Oh, we've got some modded chat. What have we got? Oh, Gordon Bennett, don't do that. You need some Zeds too, fair enough. Stumpy asking, do we like jokes? Yes, we've already done our dad joke of the day. But if you've got a good joke, as long as it's, you know, not too dodgy, then fire away with some jokes, by all means. We all love you too as well, Susie. Not sure. I think China has more people. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking in terms of number of people in the army, like, but I'm not sure. What I know is that, like, obviously they were gaining quite a lot on the US for quite a while there in terms of the size of their military, in terms of, like, you know, weapons and stuff. I think they might have more in the military because they still have, like, do they still have conscription over there and stuff? I'm not sure. I'm going to go with less. I'm going to go with the US military has less people than the Chinese army. Well, it's army, it's specifically army as well. Think about that. So it's not like Marines. It's not the Air Force. It's the army. Oh, so does that change my mind? Oh, Stumpy saying, where did John go after getting caught in a minefield? Everywhere. That is good. That is good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with less as well, Noah. I'm going to agree. I think I'm probably wrong again on this one, but we'll try. Anyone else making a guess before I reveal the answer? Right, okay. Right, I'm going to fire away then. Oh, Stumpy, is that another joke? My parents raised me as an only child, which really annoyed my little sister. That's way better than your two jokes are way better than anything we've had in here. Honestly, there's some solid jokes. Yeah, Sparker. You know, I'm mildly surprised that's a public figure as well. But I guess maybe they have to disclose that to be like on the kind of global stage or something. And yeah, maybe there's a thing. We have Rapper Edit Central. Or we're going to call you Rapper. Hi, welcome to the chat. So we're just answering the question: does the US Army have more or less people than the Chinese Army? And the answer is less. Me and Noah, all right. Chinese Army has an estimated, or they've estimated it, 2.2 million people, which is around 1 million more than the US Army. There you go. So the US Army has about 1.2 then. Fair enough. Okay, question number 3. Rapper saying, truth or dare, is that you choose or your choice? I don't know if you play. I will not be playing truth or dare. Because one, I ain't doing no dares because I'm too lazy. And to be honest, if you want to know something, ask a question. I may well just give you the answer anyway. I'm a pretty truthful guy, and as long as it's within keeping on the stream, I'm happy to answer. Stumpy saying, why did the man get hit by a bike every day? Turns out he was in a vicious cycle. That would be better if you said, turns out it was a vicious cycle. That it was a vicious cycle would work well. The reveal is odd because it's a flipped view. I know, Noah, but like it's not like you guys can read the thing anyway. But you can see whether the word says less or more. Look, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I can see that because I've got the reversed view as well, and I can see that says less and less. So Stop fussing me about that. I could flip it, but then I can't see the framing, and it's a bit, and I can't see the chat, and I have to get the other device out, and I can't be bothered with all that. Susie's saying, I'll give you a blonde wig as a gift mold. Why on earth would I want a blonde wig? I'm not wearing no wig. That'd be too itchy and scratchy. Yeah, you're teasing me, aren't you? Right. Question 3. Of the total oxygen that is consumed in our body, does our brain consume more or less than 10%? I'm immediately firing away with more, because I know that the brain is the biggest consumer of oxygen in the body, and I'm going to go with more than 10%. Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong, but I feel fairly strongly on that one. But let's see. Anyone disagree with me? Of the total oxygen that is consumed in our body, which it's not really consumed, but we'll take the word for it, does our brain consume more or less than 10%? I mean, I guess, you know, you can use that word. It's fair enough. Oh, I need to get some wood in there. Should be all right. It was a bit haphazard, but I think it'll be okay. Just kind of chucked it in, literally. Now we're saying more. If it's the oxygenated blood, probably a lot more than that. Yeah, well, I'm thinking it's way higher than 10%. I mean, I don't know exactly how high, but I'm like going to go probably like 20-30%. Right, here we go. The big reveal. More. Yeah, there's no surprise there. But let's see what it says. The brain receives around 20% of the oxygen used by the body. There you go. Bang on. 20%. Right. The last question on this card. Yeah, we've still got enough time. Last question. Is the population of Iceland more or less than the population of Brighton? Well, there you go, Noah. We should know this one, surely. Is the population of Iceland more or less than the population of Brighton? So I'd say the population of Brighton. Now, are they saying Brighton and Hove or just Brighton? I think probably just Brighton. I mean, it's definitely in the tens of thousands. Like, you know, probably it's got to be above 60,000. In terms of like the population of Brighton is what I'm talking about. Iceland, I don't know what the population of Iceland is. It's not a lot, I know that much. I'm going to go with more. I think the population of Iceland is more than Brighton. Now we're saying Brighton and Hove is less than Iceland's. So you're agreeing with me. You're saying is the population for the answer to is the population of Iceland more or less than the population of Brighton? You're saying more for Iceland, and I'm saying more as well. It's great. Gracie's saying I've been killing creepers. Oh, I see. You've been doing a bit of Minecraft. Fair enough. Are you saying your other account got blocked, Gracie? Are you on a different account then? I hadn't even noticed. I'll be honest. I saw that you had a different profile picture, but yeah, I'm not very good at recognising the different numbers at the end. So let's see the big reveal on this, which I don't think is going to be very climactic. More. There we go. And easy to recognise more now. More. The population of Iceland is around 360,000. Well, my numbers are off. Whilst the population of Brighton is around 275,000. Oh, that's a lot more though than I thought in Brighton. I'm going to be honest. I didn't think the population of Brighton was that high. I didn't think the population of Iceland was that high either. To be honest, if someone had asked me to pick out numbers, I'd have probably gone like, I'd have probably had a punt guess at just over 100,000 for Brighton, and maybe like maybe a couple of 100,000 for Iceland. But that's actually a lot harder than I thought. There you go. Yeah, there you go. No, yeah, I can't believe that. I mean, it just says Brighton as well. It doesn't say Brighton and Hove. So I don't know if they're meaning Brighton and Hove. But I assume maybe they do. With that numbers, surely that is Brighton and Hove. Yeah, gotta be. Right, we'll do one more card, but we'll make it quick. So we're going to do one more. We'll make it quick because I need to head off in time to do my my Duolingo. Keep my streak going. So, does the average FTSE 100 CEO earn the average UK yearly wage in more or less than 14 days of work? Wow, I want to repeat that. That's a question. Does the average FTSE 100 CEO earn the average UK yearly wage in more or less than 14 days of work? I mean, let's have a think. So a FTSE 100 CEO is probably on, so, I mean, if they're including bonuses and stuff, yeah, I mean, but like, so, but we've got to say it's probably in the millions, right? The average has probably got to be a few mil. Not like, you know, it's just got to be probably in the realms of like 10 to 20 million minimum, surely, right? And they're sort of saying 2 weeks, which basically means you've got to divide this by 26. Yeah, it's so less. It takes less than 14 days for them to earn that, surely. That's what I'm thinking. I've got more modded chat. Somebody asking some random stuff in there. We'll leave that hidden, I think. Khaled saying, hope you're having a good day. Stay hydrated. Good advice. And yes, it's a great day. I hope you're having a good one too. So you're thinking more, but I think less. So we're going to just fire this off. Here we go. Less. Easy peasy, that one. So less. In 2024, the average FTSE 100 CEO will be paid more in 3 days than the average UK yearly wage. Oh, that's disgusting, isn't it? I mean, that is... I mean, I say that with a smile on my face because I find it hilarious, but at the same time, it is disgusting. In 3 days... They'll be paid more in 3 days than the average UK yearly wage. That is grim. Oh, we've got Turtle Biscuit in saying, sorry sir, I wasn't trying to be rude. Oh, is that the one who got the modded chat? That's all right. No, you just can't, I think you just got modded for something random in there, and it was just a bit of a sideways thing, and I ain't got time to answer a question like that. But the short and quick answer of that is no, I wouldn't. Is the global rate for washing hands after using the toilet more or less than... Oh, this is a good card. This has got some good questions. Is the global rate for washing hands after using the toilet more or less than 24%? I'm gonna go more, because there's a lot of countries where they obviously, like, you know, they eat with their hands and stuff, and yeah, I feel like even in any kind of like country. I know there's a lot of people who don't, but I feel like most people do. I hope. I really hope. Yeah, I'm just going to go out on a hope on this one and say more than 24%, because we're basically saying, is it at least a quarter? And I'm like, surely, please be more. I'm not sure. I want to reveal this one now. Be more. Oh. It's less. No. It is thought that the global rate for washing hands after the toilet is around 20%. However, this varies significantly by country and is impacted by access to soap and of course, you know, some people just don't have access to it. It's impacted by access to soap and water, cultural practices, and public health education. Woof. Yeah, that makes sense now. I hadn't thought about that, but there's obviously a lot of countries where they probably wouldn't even access to that much water, and they have to kind of be sensible with it and like be like, okay, we won't wash after using toilet, just wash before you eat. And the people, yeah, oh my lord, yeah, yeah. I mean, in some ways that makes sense in terms of water saving. And being a van lifer, maybe I should start doing that. Maybe I should stop washing my hands after I go. What do we think? Oh dear, it's grim, isn't it? Hey, Duxter's in. Hi, Duxter. Tell me what some people in my school do wash their hand. What's that? Tell me what some people in my school do wash their hands. So Gracie, I don't understand what that sentence says at all. It is. I think you've got to check your grammar there somewhere. Yeah, soap water still, but yeah, I think it's. All right, so take care now. I'm going to finish these last two up. Have a good evening, mate. Epstein got me. That's a terrible name, but well, thanks for the edification on your sexual preferences, and hi, welcome to the chat. Yeah, night now. Take care, man. Thanks for popping in. Does the average... Oh, here we go. Here's another good one. Does the average fart leave your body at more or less speed than 20 kilometers per hour? More or less than 20 kilometers per hour. I'm going to go with less. I'm just going to fire this one right out there. Less than 20 kilometers an hour, I think. Wait. I mean, I'm guessing they're measuring it right at the hole, actually. It's coming out pretty fast there. 20 kilometers an hour. That's like no, I'm going to go with more. I'm going to go with more. Changing my mind. More. Here we go. All right, Sparker's gone more. Turtle saying less. Let's have a little look. Less. Damn, I should have stuck something. A fart leaves you at around no. I love that. That's how they've worded it. A fart leaves you at around 9.5 kilometers an hour. Okay. Okay. Right. I nearly looked at the next answer. Right. Is the world record for holding a plank position more or less than 6 hours? I think it's more. I'm pretty solid on that. Is the world record for holding a plank position more or less than 6 hours? Yeah, I can't believe they've measured that either, a Sparker. That is mental. Some of the things that they actually have worked out in here, I'm like, why? Why is anybody looking at that at all? And yeah, the speed at which a fart leaves you is a weird thing to be measuring. I guess I need to get my measuring tape out and my wind speedometer thingamajiggy and have a crack just to confirm the. I'm joking. All right, ready? And I'm gonna. So I've said more. Let's have a little look. It is more. Sweet. A 62-year-old former US Marine has the world planking record with a time of 8 hours, 15 minutes and 15 seconds. Solid work. Over 8.25 hours. That is incredible. Right, I'm going to call it there so I can try and get my Duolingo done before I get completely timed out on the thing. Thank you all for coming by, and all the new people, don't forget to sub. And we will see you tomorrow for the next instalment of my daily live streams. I think 109 tomorrow. So yeah, we're really getting up there in the numbers. I appreciate you all. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your evening and a great day tomorrow. But until I see you then, have fun.